Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Tales of Arise. This is episode 82 and might be our final episode depending on how things go. We have one achievement left, and that is the clear 70 subquest achievement. Now, we have cleared every single achievement cleared every single subquest that we are aware of, that we've come across, but it is very probable and likely that there are subquests that we did not come across. So, oh no. Ugh. Are they not in like a proper order? Ugh. Goodness. How less than? Okay, so this might take a second to actually figure this out. I guess I could maybe look up a different. Oh, let's try to go through this real quick. So we have supply procurement is subquest number 1, right? Forging from scratch. We're just so there's a set number of, here we go. So there are 8 base ones, 8 base subquests unmissable through the main story. And aside from those, right, everything is broken up into regions. So we'll check the 8 base ones and then we'll go region 1. Owl Forest is the next one, so we've done that. A healer and her patients. Okay, so there's that one. Refreshing rough housing is the next one. Right there. Training grounds for all is the next one. The next unmissable subquest. There, that one is. An invitation to fish is the next one. We got that one right there. And then Renans and their lords, which is at the top. So we have done that one. Now everything should be broken into location. So Calaglia. Okay, so Calaglia has Shion the Fashion Critic, which we have completed. It has Hunger Averted, which we have completed. It has Hunt for New Arms, which we have completed. It has Taking Root, which we have completed. It has Mixed Feelings, which we have completed. It has the Giant Zoogle Hunt, which we have completed. It has Doc's Secret Ingredient, which we have completed. It has... It has Into the Grotto, which we have not completed. Okay. Oh. See what's up with this one. So we've got Into the Grotto. Oh, accidentally missing anything, right? Yeah, Into the Grotto is we must return to the closed gate in realm Calaglia, map Trench of Flames, east side. Okay. This quest is only possible after defeating the story boss,
finally made it.
Ifrit Malum, near the end of the story in Berg Volcano. Wait, what?
What's on the other side of this door, anyway?
Why ask me when you can just open it and find out?
Fuckers. Really? It only shows up if you just walk past this fucking door after everything that you've done. Wow. Alright, well, fair enough. Surely whatever is here is not going to be, like, more difficult than what we've already gone through, right?
This
Is this a bathhouse scenario? Haven't we already done that? A treasury? It looks like something Balsef had built. A treasury. Oh, is this just a... This was the one you did last too? It's not on the map. They need to put it on the fucking map, right? Every other subquest is marked on the damn map. Put this on the map.
Right.
They're sausages. Actually, they're wieners. Wow. Xion really needed some sausages, apparently.
Wow.
And that was it. That was it. Problem solver. Boom. Right there. Motherfucker.
Nice one, Alphen.
Thanks.
Are you kidding me?
Gotta keep up with the competition.
Personally, I prefer Bologna.
My god. Royal
That
Cape.
equipment should come in handy.
Witch dress. Yeah, that was it. That we have now completed all achievements. We have 100%ed all of the achievements. And I guess what we'll do now is we'll just go noodle around in the arena with stuff for the rest of this video. So, what do we got? We got a witch dress. Oh, see the gear that we could have gotten here is pretty old. Oh well, it is what it is. Okay, cool. We're gonna go ahead and head to Vincent. 100%, Mazel Tov, absolutely. So we're just gonna go back to the training grounds and just kind of like casually hang out there. We still have active arena fights that we haven't completed, like gear to unlock or you know, outfits and things like that to unlock. So that'll be a fun little situation. We'll try to play as some other characters or what have you. So it'll be neat. And that'll be that.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the...
If only we could have flown with the wind. Alright, so we'll try to finish out solo battles first and foremost. Start off with Law and see how that goes.
Get here.
I do not have a lot of experience with Law, so we're going to have to be somewhat careful. Talon Hurricane, Super Swallow Dance, and Steel...
Steel! Armor won't save you! Talon! Bet that shell's hiding something tasty. Death, come on a roll now! Super Swallow Dance! Talon Hurricane! Death, I'm just getting started! Talon Hurricane! Death Blossom! Shattering of pieces! Attack time! Death Blossom! Steel! I'll smash you! Ready and raring! Now you see what I can do! Shouldn't have messed with me! Super Swallow Dance!
Jeez. Alright, well. At double damage, Law hits really fucking hard, so, you know. It'd be what it be. So I think the issue is just going to be, can I make sure I don't die?
Talon Hurricane! Death Blossom!
And the answer is probably not.
Swallow Dance! I'll crush you!
I might need to use...
Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! You're wide open! That's enough! I'm on a roll now! Hey, when did I get so popular? I'm on it! That's enough! That's enough! Eagle assault! Eat this! Come and get it! Huh? Ready and raring! I'll smash you! Watch this! Huh? 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 First strike! That's enough! Huh? Eat this! Huh? These fists have got your name on them! Steal! It was nice while it lasted. I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Super swallow dance! Now I'm in the groove. Eagle assault! First strike! That's enough! First strike! Talon hurricane! Eagle assault! Steal! Now I'm in the groove. Super swallow dance! It's shattering up pieces! Attack time! Armor won't save you!
I think we did that enough time. Yeah, absolutely we did. 50 horse meat. Oh, holy shit. I did not realize how quickly we did that. I thought that took way longer than it did. Never mind. All right. Onwards and upwards. Law has so many like floaty interesting moves.
Out of my way.
Okay.
No chance! Nice try! Nothing gets by me! Look sharp! Far enough! The bigger they are, the harder they fall. This one's mine. Take this! Look sharp! Plenty left! Lacerating Tempest! Glacial Pyre! Lunar Arc! Blizzard Bloom! This one's mine. No chance! So nothing gets... I legitimately do want to play a run. Actually, Jay, this might be a thing. If we play together, in the future, I might just want to try to play Kisara, because I actually think Kisara's really, really cool. Especially since she doesn't have a dodge like everyone else. I actually think she's really neat. Take cover when it curls up. Now, on guard. Sadistic descent. Got ready to go. Far enough. Better if you don't sit up. Sadistic descent. Now, this one's mine. Going in. Sadistic descent. Blizzard blow.
Like, look at this. She's got such cool shit.
Lunar Arc. Sadistic descent. This one, nothing gets by me. No chance. Now you've gone and ticked me off. Lunar Arc. I'll take you all on.
Alpha and AI only. Sure.
Claire Demolisher.
I think my only issue with her not having the dodge is I actually normally use the dodge to
No chance. Surprise.
to get closer to enemies, right? To cover distance. But she doesn't have that, so that being said, I don't think she needs it. Tuna! Alright. Alliance Marine Rod. Okay, we have now done all of the solo battles in under time. So we've got... we're just going to start going down the list. Advanced. Here we go.
This will be a delicious piece of chicken.
Lightning thrust. Dragon swarm. Try this.
Right away! Explosion!
Explosive
Careful!
ray.
It has some kind of camouflage!
Vacuum blade.
You have such an incredible technique!
Brute force is nothing without elegance of form.
I don't know if I'd say nothing. Do it!
Remove.
Astral energy!
Say no more. Not a chance. No escape.
By the power of
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and the pummeling to me. There.
Don't suffer in silence.
Coming through. Ha!
Should be able to kill this guy in basically a single go.
Inferno.
the water that
I'm ready. Totally.
Nice.
Impact cross. We work well together.
Finally timed walk.
This ends now!
The freaking boost attack.
Be still. Void blast.
Armor won't save you! Here!
This one's all mine. I could do without this pain.
It's weakened!
This ends now. Vacuum blade.
Thank you for the healing, Dohaline.
Our comrades need our abilities to survive.
Right. No one is dying on our watch.
Can I be healed?
I'm ready. Totally.
It'd be really nice if I was healed.
Impact cross. Heal my weary companion. Now, while it's reeling.
Take it down!
Dragon swarm. Far enough. There.
Resurrection!
Lightning thrust. Rising phoenix. Vacuum blade.
Spirits within the soul.
Incineration wave. I'm ready. Remove.
Astral energy!
Say no more. Got it.
Well done!
Ah!
Regenerate.
Thanks!
Lightning thrust.
Just what I got it!
Sorry,
Now that's what I do now, Lee. Cuddle! There! Light astral energy!
Nice.
Energy!
That's a fun one. Alright, cool. Job done. Alright, ultimate. 3 Omega Elixirs. My oh my, what will we use those on? Oh, God. I actually, this one might still be... This one might still actually be untenable for me.
Vacuum blade. Ready to go. It's wide open.
It won't escape me. Vision light.
Incineration wave. Lost.
Is Arise my first Tales game? No, definitely not. I am a very... I don't know, I wouldn't say prolific Tales player, but I've played almost every Tales game that is released in the US. And actually, Jay and I, Lantis in chat, also a good evening to you. Jay and I, Lantis in chat, play like retro, not always retro, but like co-op games in on Saturdays.
This one keeps charging us.
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
And we've actually played Tales of Eternia as well as Tales of Symphonia, and we're probably going to be playing Tales of what is it? One of the older ones. You only played Symphonia, Vesperia, Berseria, and Arise? Nice. Symphonia is pretty good. Vesperia, I think, is very good. I actually really liked the combat for Berseria, but the story, it was okay. How did you like the ones that you played? I didn't forget that this guy was, you know, here, but I was not thinking about him being up next.
Dance in the wind!
The weird sword dancer scenario. Full charge. That was great. You adored the characters in Vesperia and the music. It's a really good one.
No further. I'm not done yet.
Magic is there!
Demon Wrath. Soaring blade.
Blah, blah, blah.
Armor
Vesperia is I think probably one of the best RPGs of its time period. Okay, that's just a big dislike for me as far as like how Kisara's stuff works, cause like I did it and it didn't matter.
One final push.
Let's finish
In
this
your
off.
hands now. I'll do my best not to disappoint.
Incineration wave!
I'll bring you back and get this.
Trying to play cautiously.
This one's all mine! Ha! Burn in hell!
Nothing gets by me. Do it.
Astral energy.
Its dubs also top notch for a time. I agree. I do agree. I actually think so. Vesperia, I think, is, I don't know. I kind of mark like Abyss and Vesperia as the last of that era. Weren't they on like the PS3 or something like that? I don't remember. What did Vesperia originally come out on? Vesperia, Tales of Vesperia. It originally came out on the PS3, right? I think so. Which I actually did not. I never had a PS3. So I actually ended up playing Vesperia pretty late comparatively. And the fact that it held up was really like, I was just like, oh, this is a top-notch game because I enjoyed it so much even a couple years after it came out. All right. We did it! Yay! All right, so that is ultimate with the fastest speed, and now we can just basically do all of the other stuff, which is all of these little ones, which should not be any issue, I would assume. The second you heard the guitar in the first battle theme, you were sold. Nice.
Here, let me help.
Incineration wave!
You have to aim for the bright area on their back.
Vacuum blade!
Not much longer to go.
Come on, one final push.
Do this together.
Precision.
I can't see shit right now.
Let's see how you handle this.
Ooh, nice! It's very rare to see Rinwell actually get her Mystic Art off.
Prepare to be sealed, though. Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Let's talk and more doing.
What I can do.
Do it.
We did it!
As impressive as always.
Same composer as Golden Sun, which is another fantastic game. It is.
Than ever.
Golden Sun's actually on my list to play again. I played Golden Sun when it first came out, and then I have not played the... I played a bit of 2, and I have not played any of the other one.
You picked the wrong
I think there are 3.
Now I can let loose. Vacuum blade!
4 break. Very nice.
Energy.
Say no more. Dragon swarm!
Illuminate the sun. Magic is them.
Down on the ground.
Holy blast. Chain between heaven and earth. Here I go.
Such unadulterated fury.
We got him on the run.
Don't get cocky.
Right. Still anyone's fight. Incineration wave!
Oh, it's over.
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Hell yeah. Jay, which one, if you're in the chat, which one are we moving to play? It's one of the ones that only came out in Japan, right? So we're finishing up Final Fantasy IX right now. We're actually pretty close to the end. It'll probably take us like 2 more sessions, maybe 3. But after that, I think it's Tales of... Is it the Tales of Destiny remake? that we're gonna play. We got a ROM pack or not a ROM pack, I don't know. It's not Fantasia. Fantasia's like the first one. What? There's one that never came to America. Destiny. It's not the. I think it's the Tales of Destiny remake. I'm pretty sure. That we didn't get, and there's a fan translation for it now. Yeah, because it came out on the PS2, and it just never came to America. So I think that is what we're doing after we finish Final Fantasy IX. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to that one, because there's some sort of like I love the modern Tales games, but there's some amount of strange charm in the old 2D Tales games. There's a air of, I don't know, like conceit or audacity to be doing what they were trying to do in that setting, like to have so much intricate like involvement and action oriented combat in a 2D environment in that day and age was really fun, I think. Anyways, so we got the Demon Smite, Arsenal Braces, and Shogun Staff, and really we already got that. Never mind. I have a new
That's what I like to see.
new thing.
Nice work, you
Hey,
guys.
we did it.
Really tore through those group battles.
We did great. And I'm just as amazed as everyone else, but was this really an efficient use of our time?
I mean, we've defeated everything
Considering
else in
what lies
existence,
ahead
so
on our
yes.
journey,
Have I ever
I'd
played the
say our
DMC
time
games, by the way?
training here will prove
You
valuable
recently picked
going
up DMC
forward.
5 on sale since you've been
Indeed.
binging the series.
If we are
I
to
have
change things
played
for the better,
most
the
of
challenges
them.
we
I
face
have
are
not
ones that
played
shall require us to fight at the
5,
absolute top of our
and I have not
abilities.
beaten
These
4.
exercises really brought home the
But I
fact that I'm
played
not alone
1,
in this
2, and
fight.
3 extensively
That's
when
enough
they
to
came
make this
out.
training worth it for me.
Jay, again, Lantis
Why
in the
are you
chat,
guys all acting
is
so
a massive
serious? We
DMC
won those
fan
fights as a
who
team. Come on, you should be
is
way
somewhat
more
of a
excited.
fiend
Give
when
me
it
a
comes
cheer.
to Devil May
You're
Cry,
right. What
just
we did
in
here is
general.
more
So.
than just proof of how far we've come and how
He
much
does
we've
all of
grown.
like the
It proves the
Dante
strength
Must
of our
Die
bonds together.
modes, etc.,
I'm
etc.
sorry.
So,
I guess I shouldn't worry so much.
You needn't apologize.
or actually, I
At
think
any
Dante
rate,
Must
I think a
Die
small
isn't
toast
even
is in
the
order for us
most
this
difficult
evening.
mode, which
In that
shows
case,
you
I'll make sure to keep
how
something
much I
extra
know.
special
Is
for
I
dinner
know
as
there
well.
are things
You
about it,
guys,
but
you're
I
not
don't
listening
know
to me.
extensive
We
amounts
hear
of it.
you lot, don't worry. Once we've actually saved the world from destruction, you can be
That being
sure
said,
we'll be
I
letting you
I didn't
celebrate
play
it.
DMC 5,
Uh-oh,
but when
that's
it
a
came
promise,
out,
you
I
hear?
basically
Can't go
watched
back on it now.
90% of the
I'll
game
have to practice to get ready for it.
on stream, so
Practice?
I'm aware of what happens in the game. I just haven't played it myself. The Untamed Guard Captain.
like
Because
I pulled through.
Kisara
Glad to see
finished
I can
hers.
still do the guard proud.
I'd say what you've done will truly inspire the other guardsmen. Few of them enlisted today could do what you've accomplished here.
Man, being a guardsman sounds rough.
If anyone can
You've
do
still got to carry
what
that
we
kind of
did in
weight
the
on your
arena
shoulders even after you leave.
in Menancia,
If only I'd
I
reached
mean,
this
like,
point sooner.
that basically means
Perhaps
that
my
they
brother
could
would have
have
opened up to me more while he
defeated
was
the
still
Great
alive.
Spirit. So, you know.
I feel like I failed him as a sister.
Aw.
In hindsight,
Sadness.
Nagal was always concerned for your well-being.
I
He
like
was?
Kasara's red
I
armor.
knew
I
it.
wish there were
Of
more
course he was. He must have thought I was
choices
far too
for
weak
different
to ever
colored
be a
armor for Kasara.
As I recall,
There's
he
like
worried that
black,
if he became too strong, any
silverish,
potential suitors would be
whitish,
frightened away.
blue,
Suitors?
red.
Dohalim,
Uh-oh.
did you really think that was an appropriate topic to bring up right now?
This is
Why?
by far the
Was I
easiest
out of
Tales
line
completion
somehow?
because it doesn't have beat
I don't
X
think you
boss
need to
without
worry,
using
Kisara.
consumables, the games trophies.
Everyone knows
Yeah.
you're good at cooking.
Yeah, this is
Right.
this has been
And
a
you know how to
very
fish, which means you
approachable
can
and
carry
very
your own weight
doable
outdoors, too.
Tales
I don't know if telling her that
achievement
is going
scenario,
to
like
help in the way
100%
you guys
scenario.
think it will.
Which is probably the only reason why I'm
No,
doing it,
uh,
honestly. Like, I've enjoyed
it's
the
nice
game,
to
but
hear
I
that
haven't
my
enjoyed
skills
it.
are so
I
appreciated
don't love it
after
so
all.
much that I'm just like, oh,
Thank
I've
you.
got 100% it. It's just,
I suppose
Easy
that
to
makes you something of
100%.
a wild guardsman then.
so.
Dohalim, please stop talking.
My god, he says all of the wrong things. That's fun.
Hell yeah! Look who cleared the solo fights!
That was great. You really earned it.
I barely broke a sweat doing all that. All in a day's work for the likes
All right,
of me.
Law. All right,
I'd
Law.
argue that at times things looked rather harrowing for you.
They absolutely
Nevertheless,
did.
I'm glad to see you emerge safe and victorious.
Can't you see how excited he is? Maybe next time hold your tongue before you rain
Oh,
on someone's
no.
parade.
You're right. He can always reflect on what he did wrong later.
Hey, are you guys saying I...
You did good, Law. I can tell that your mind and techniques have really improved.
Alphen, thanks, man! I'll always follow you wherever you go. You can count on it.
Three was incredible. I mean, I think 1 was a really good game, and I'm not among the crowd that despises 2. But I do think 2 is kind of like the redheaded stepchild of the bunch. But 3 was just a masterpiece. It's kind of like how we were talking about with Vesperia earlier. I think 3 is probably one of the best games in that kind of like chunk of time, that time span. That was, it's just amazing. They did a great job, and it's a fantastic game. Yeah, I don't think it's so. I actually think in certain ways. Here's the thing about games, franchises of games. There's always going to be one that is the worst and one that is the best, right? That's just how it is, and that's going to be different for different people, you know. Though the general consensus is going to be reached across, you know, the board of like, oh, this thing is the best and this thing is the worst, or sometimes not. But when it comes to something like Devil May Cry, I actually think even in the case of whichever game is considered the black sheep or the worst, right? In this case, 2, I still think it's a good game, and I think in the situation, it's it helps set the bar for the other games, right? Because I think in its own, or on its own context, 2 is not a bad game in any way, shape, form, or fashion. It's just comparing it to the other games in the franchise, you're like, yeah, that one's not quite as good as the others, but you know. You adore the campiness of the series, like it doesn't matter because it's fucking, yeah, exactly, right? It doesn't take itself too seriously, and it could have, right? At the very beginning, when it first became a thing, the developers could have been like, oh, this is gonna be serious demon versus demon game, like, this is gonna be for reals, we're not playing around, super serial material, dark, you know, brooding, etc. No, instead, it's fucking, you know, chainsaw, well, not chainsaws, but like driving motorcycles through things' heads, etc., etc. Like it's extremely campy and it's way over the top, and it's the better for it, honestly. Like watching 3 and 5 especially, just some of the crazy shit that happens in those games is a trip. Like I think that's actually one of the things that really impressed me about 5 is that 5 was actually just a lot of fun to watch. You could just not have to play the game. You could just sit there and watch the game, and it's actually truly enjoyable to just sit and watch because of the crazy shit that happens in it. Okay, so we got a gun, a tome, and a shield. I do want to check these out. Bright Angelica. Wait, that's not right. Rabbit Matchlock. That's actually kind of cute. Look at that. It's... Wow. I like that. That's kind of neat. What else we got? We've got the Avian Tome. That's cool. I do like that. That's neat. And we got the Adamantine Shield. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool shield. Resident Evil also does camp well. Come to think of it, Capcom does camp pretty well in general. Yeah, I think it's one of Capcom's strong points. Basically, is that Capcom as a company has the ability to develop games that don't take themselves too seriously. Pretty much.
Let's dispose of the trash.
You picked the wrong fight.
Sleep now.
Now! I'll face you. Come one, come all. We turn the tables on.
There are still more left.
Right.
You are in
No time to
tip-top
hold back.
shape.
As soon as I'm done here, come help out. Ready.
How could a girl ever say no? As impressive as always.
And here I hope there wasn't too bad.
No, I mean you're even better than ever. I've never seen Xion actually look flustered.
Now you see what I can do.
Ready.
Lost. Demons descend.
Flashing fang!
Oh.
In the soil.
Awaken and wreak havoc.
One
The
more
flame
time.
inside me yearns to be let free.
Blah, blah,
I'm
blah.
not done. Eat dirt.
Will this help? Divine savior. Healing circle. Thanks so much.
Thrilling performance.
Do it. Blah, blah, blah.
Kisara, Commander of Heavens.
Alright, we should be able to break.
Benediction light.
Raging
I'm in your deck, Walker. And tonight's meal is on you.
You've got
Core break very easily.
I'm almost impressed.
high praise coming from you.
I said almost. Don't get carried away.
Such unadulterated fury.
This ends now.
Yakuza does that well too, but else. I have never played a Yakuza game, but I've watched a couple of them. And they seem really, really fun. My only thing about Yakuza games is that, and this is me knowing a weakness of mine. I actually don't really want to play any Yakuza games because there's too much shit to do in them, and I have a tendency to play games in a way that I explore every nook and cranny and try every single side quest and every single mini game and every single everything. And Yakuza is one of those series, generally speaking, that if you do that, you can take what might be a 40-hour game and turn it into a 200-hour game. And if I did that, I would just be playing Yakuza for the rest of my fucking life, like the franchise, basically. And my god, I just can't do it. I just can't bring myself to do it. But I do watch them relatively frequently. Like whenever a new one comes out, I'll just watch whoever my favorite streamer is doing them. I'll just be like, okay, I'm gonna watch you for like 3 days and get my Yakuza fix. You've 100% right? This nope, too much, too long. That is actually really kind of cute. I kind of wish I had paid attention to skins, weapon skins and things like that more frequently in the game. Because there are some pretty cool ones. That's neat. Where was it? Here we go. I really like that. Hold up. Okay, well, I don't like the actual shield itself. But, outfit-wise... don't we have a purple... I'm gonna be so sad. See, this is the thing. Like, this is what I don't like. Is I really like the different colors for Kisara. This looks really cool. This looks really cool. This looks really cool. This looks really cool. But none of them match this. Why are you gonna put this really cool looking purple shield in the game and not give me a purple armor to go with it? Like, how badass would it be to do that? But that's my only complaint when it comes to things like the costuming in a game like this is if you're gonna do it, especially since, like, look at this, all this Ilkara stuff, it's just different color palettes. You're not changing anything else. Give me more. Give me like, I have 4 Ilkaris color palettes. Give me 8 or 10 of them. Like, you know what else you're putting in your game. Give me a purple. If you're gonna give me an awesome purple shield, give me a purple. How did I like this game compared to the others in the series? You thought this was the most satisfying combat to date personally. I think that this combat is probably, yeah, the most satisfying combat. I think Berseria gives it a good comparison. I really liked gameplay and combat in Berseria, so I think Berseria and Arise are at the top of my list for the 3D Tales games as far as gameplay goes. The story was a little hit or miss for me, and the characters are a little hit or miss for me. Generally speaking, I liked the story, and generally speaking, I liked the characters. Like, I have a positive outlook on them for the most part. But there were things about it, like, so to speak, I think the best way for me to describe it is to say, like, I didn't dislike anything necessarily. It's just I was disappointed in how some of the story turned out and how some of the characters turned out, because I feel they could have gone, they set themselves up to go a really cool, really real direction, and then they kind of just went off into fantasy land, basically. So I would say gameplay-wise, absolutely towards the top. Story and character-wise, good, but not like the best in the series.
I prefer it that way. What about you? You think that shield will save you?
Yeah, if we... I can agree with that. Like, if we'd gotten characters from, like, Vesperia or maybe, like, Abyss or something like that. By the way, if you have not played Tales of the Abyss and you liked Vesperia, you will probably appreciate Tales of the Abyss. I think Vesperia is better than Abyss, generally speaking, but I think they're comparable. Summer Beach Parasol, diving gauges, and professional paddle. Okay, we're gonna take a look at this. You hear nothing but amazing things about? Yeah. I do think, again, I do think Vesperia, that I personally like Vesperia better, but I do think Abyss is a good game. And if you like Vesperia, you will probably, at the very least, appreciate Abyss. It's legit just a paddle. Okay, I have zero issue with joke skins or joke weapons being in games. I just don't care about them, so moving on from that one. Actually, let's just do all of these in a row, and we'll just look at them later.
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance. Can't get out of this.
Too fast.
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Leave the enemy's art to me.
No complaints here.
As impressive as always. No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
I've never seen Shion actually look flustered.
Now we're not.
Lunar correction! Demon blast! Lunar blast! Watch and feel!
Heal my weary companion.
Not a chance.
Annihilation!
Benediction.
Mega ray!
There.
Annihilation! Divine sin! I don't even know the word defeat. Now's our chance!
I can carve through armor.
Do it! Astral
Oh, I should have tried to go for cross.
The waters of creation! Annihilation!
Ignite.
Mega ray!
Allow me to help. You must be
I'm
tired
almost
feeling.
impressed.
I'm merely doing what I can to help.
I
Glad
said
you're on our
almost.
side.
Don't get carried away.
Such unadulterated fuel.
Not now, not ever.
Freeze Lancer!
Incineration wave.
I'll face you.
Strut.
I'll grind you into dust.
Thought I dodged that.
From the wind.
Vacuum blades.
Do it!
Look sharp.
You did like how some other Tales tracks could be used with DLC? Oh, yeah. So, I actually, like, I really like a lot of things about this game from a mechanics, and from, like, you know, gameplay, and from, you know, just general systems. Like, I think the music is very good. I'm sure you've heard me say this a dozen times at this point, but I when I'm playing games, like when I'm like, okay, Saturday streams are this stream, or you know, Tuesday stream is this stream. I listen to the OST for that game during that day. So I've listened to the Tales of Arise OST for a fair amount, and it's really, really good. They did a great job on it. It's not like my favorite Tales one, but it's very strong. But again, the thing that lets me down for Tales of Arise is how good of a setup it had from a character and from a story standpoint, and then I feel like it just dropped the ball. Right? It had this story that was a real story, a story about oppression, a story about liberation, a story that I feel like could probably be very well received in today's day and age, right? Especially if they had chosen to really like enhance and focus in on like diversity and things like that. I think they really could have done a great job telling a story of an oppressed people rising up and liberating themselves, but not only liberating themselves, but becoming better through their struggles, etc., right? Impact Cross is a reference to the twins' mystic art from Vesperia. I think it probably is. I think it's likely that is the case. I'm not 100%, but I think that's likely that it's the case. But yeah, so it's just saddening to me that they decided to, you know, halfway through the game of this really good story of, you know, like oppression and trying to, like, you know, change their world, they just turned it into generic fantasy. Oh, there's a thing trying to eat the world, gotta beat it. Okay, sure. Yeah. Anyways, I've gone on at length about it, so I won't go crazy on it again. It just frustrates me because it was such a good setup to just drop the ball on.
Retreat if you know what's good for you. This is bad, right?
Yes, Alvin. Very bad.
It's not that bad.
Coming through. Ha! Now. Scarlet Inferno. My turn. My turn. No escape.
Focus your attacks.
You did not escape. Don't suffer inside.
Who gets the death?
This one's all mine. You dare strike me from behind? An astral blitz.
That's my cue.
Ignite. Shut him down. I'm ready. Victory is within reach.
Dig deep, and we can do this.
Trust your fervor, little one. Vacuum blade. Armor won't save you. Try harder. There. Spirits within the soil. Awaken and reclaim.
Now's our chance.
Here I come. I'm not done.
Now. Astral energy.
Missed the chanting for Mystic Arts, but it's a very minor nitpick and more of a personal preference. Yeah, that's fair. I will say this. I echo Jay's sentiment on the concept that Tales of Arise has the most fun to play caster in any Tales game. Like, Rinwell is way more fun to play than any other Tales caster I have ever seen. And it's because she has actual skills that aren't just spells, you know? I'm totally not paying attention.
Do it. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
There you go, Alvin.
It's time to end this battle.
I'm right beside you. Lightning orb.
Soaring blast.
Now's our chance.
Sonic spear. I'm ready. Kisara. Commander of Heavens. Phoenix.
I love Phoenix Cyclone, it's so cool.
Astral energy.
Can you take
Healing
it?
circle.
I'm not done. Dragon form. Rhapsody of darkness. The flame inside me yearns to be let free. You picked the wrong fight. Vacuum blade. Regeneration.
Anything in armor is all mine.
Do it. Totally. In an instant. Impact cross.
Blah, 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 tidal wave. Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, every time it's just like blah blah blah. it's fun. That was a fun character trait to stick into a character, especially when they explain earlier on, right? Like, oh, I don't actually have to say the stuff while I'm casting. It's just something that helps me focus. And then she gets like flustered in battle, and she's like, blah blah blah, tidal wave, right? Like that's really good. That's really good. That's a great character trait. We're really close. We only have 4 more things to go through. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
You're mine! We turned the tables on him.
There are still more left. You are in
This is also a really fun mechanic. The auto dashing to the next target is just really quality of life for something like Tales or a Tales game in general.
This will be a delicious piece of cake.
Can't get out of this! You require a hand.
Not much longer to go.
Come on, one final push.
Let's do this together, Alphen.
Try this! Ignite! Allow me to help you. Dragon form!
Your blade moves like silk. I just let my instincts take over. How fascinating.
As impressive as always.
I'm ready!
Johalim,
Light burst forth!
Radiant Denison.
Love mechanics that help combat flow better. So the dash yeah, I agree. I think that's actually one of my complaints about older series or older games in the series is a lot of times, like take Symphonia for example. The times that I'm having the most fun in Symphonia is when I have discovered a series of skills or arts that actually flow well together, which is in Symphonia fairly rare, unfortunately. But this whole game, that's everything about it is so buttery smooth. Everything flows together so well.
To stop you dying?
Amazing. Not long to go now.
We couldn't have done it without you.
I'm ready!
Say astral energy.
Say no more!
I will say I do wish they varied it up a little bit. So there's so many arts and so many spells, right? But for the boost attacks, for example, there are a lot because there's so many per character. But I wish you had the ability to maybe like customize which ones you got to see, or if like halfway through the game they gave you another batch or something like that, you know? Unless you're Lloyd or Regal, you really don't combo in Symphonia. Exactly. And even so, at 100%, and even to the point to where, even as Regal does a pretty good job of it, but even in Lloyd, it's more of a, there are certain skills or certain arts that combo or flow well into each other, but in actuality, very few of them actually combo well into each other. So you get these staggering scenarios where you're like attack, 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 and then you go up into something, and then you're like, I want to do another thing, but really there's like a half a second between one art and the next art, and it's kind of hitchy, basically, right? And I mean, obviously that game is what, 20 years old at this point, so it's an unfair comparison. Demon Fang into whatever, exactly, right? So it's an unfair comparison, but that's like the we've gotten to the point in Arise where that slowness, that hitch, that like stutter, that doesn't exist anymore, and it is so amazing. It's such a good gameplay experience.
Really, really strong. Not much longer to go.
My God.
Let's do this together, Alphen.
As soon as I'm done here.
How could a girl ever say no?
As
That was fun.
Impressive as always.
$14 seconds. Ooh. My man Regal. Yeah, the Regal is who Jay played when we hopping on like, but yeah, Regal's who Jay played when we did the Symphonia last. I think gameplay has kind of always been the Tales franchise strong point, though. Actually, I think the biggest issue that they have is weird stories sometimes. Like, I sometimes wish that their story direction was less obtuse sometimes, or less just generic fantasy, basically. Or I say generic fantasy, JRPG fantasy. Oh, you mixed characters in Vesperia? So that's a kind of another gauge for me on how well I enjoy this. There's so much shit happening in this fight. On how well I enjoy a Tales game. If I enjoy playing multiple characters and I feel drawn to playing multiple characters, then generally speaking, I'm gonna really like that Tales game. If I get to the point to where I'm just like, I don't really like other characters, I don't want to play other characters, then I typically the game's just kind of like okay for me. Yeah, you like how Yuri did questionable things? I liked how Vesperia's morality was more shades of gray here or there, right? And yeah, I actually do. Vesperia's cast, I really enjoyed. I'm actually really hopeful that I'm going to enjoy the Destiny. We're doing Tales of Destiny remake, Jay, right? I'm really hoping that I'm gonna enjoy the Tales of Destiny remake cast, because they look pretty cool, but I don't know if it's gonna be more of just the 2D era and not, you know, I don't know. We'll see. All right, that is it. That's all of the battles. We've done all of the stuff. Director's cut. There you go. That's what it is. Let's take a look at the new gear that we have found. Got the bamboo swords. Now that's actually kind of cool. I do like that. And then a summer beach parasol. We got... Wow, that's... Okay. Interesting. Realistic guns. DC kind of does like in Arise, where you don't have traditional TP. Really interesting. I actually do think that was another really good functional mechanic. Just giving people action points was just like, that was a step in the right direction for right. Absolutely. But yeah, taking out mana, or the concept of TP in Tales of Arise, and just giving people action points was such a good move. It was such a good move. It does look pretty good. What else do we got? We've got... That's a giant colored pencil. And a giant uncolored pencil. Wow. And a paddle. Cool. We got Creatures of Dana. Got a rapig on it. That's kind of cool. Waterproof book. That's kind of whatever. It's cute, but not in a way that I care about. What the fuck? Okay, that's very cheesy. That's cool. I like that. That's cute. And then we got... Wow. Really? That's fun. That's fun and funny. And then we got diving gauges. Alright, that is it. I think they're supposed to be used with the outfits. Yeah, the school ones. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Those are pretty cool. Like, again, I'm not a big fan when it comes to, like, joke weapons, you know, generally speaking, or joke skins. But I don't have anything against them. If they're included in a game, I'm just like, okay, cool. Somebody is gonna like this and play with that, and that's awesome for them. But I like cool shit like this. Like, the Demon Smite skins look badass. Like, that looks really fucking cool. Very, very nice. Actually, a lot of Alphen's weapons looked really fucking cool. Like, he actually has a pretty neat design scheme for a lot of things. Alright, anyways. That's it. That's Tales of Arise. We have 100% of the game. We've done all of the arena stuff. We've done all the achievements. It is finished. And this will be the last video for Tales of Arise single player, because Jay and I have found out that there is a multiplayer mod. We're not going to jump into this anytime soon, so I don't even know why I'm teasing this, but we have talked about it, and we do think that we would like to play the game in the future. Don't know if that future is going to be a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. It'll probably be a while before we actually get around to it. We've got a lot of other games that we're interested in playing. But that just means that gives the mod and the mod community that much more time to refine the multiplayer mod, so that when we get around to it, everything is working aces. So, really cool. Had a really good time with Tales of Arise. I think it's not my favorite in the series. It's not my favorite in the franchise. But it's got... I think it is a step in the right direction for the franchise, in terms of modernizing the franchise. And I think it did some really cool things. And the gameplay is awesome, right? So, had a fun time with it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.